Good afternoon, good evening, and good morning. Welcome to another episode of The View from the Afternoon, the official podcast at TPD TV. Sorry we haven't been doing too many of these, and sorry the last one didn't have very good audio. We forgot to press record with the mics, so we're talking into the mics all episode, but it was recording out the shitty little MacBook Pro.
The inbuilt mic. If only you had the new MacBook Pro with the studio quality mic array.
Well, a boy can dream, eh? A boy can dream. Oh, I have had a fucking horrible day today, mate.
Have you?
Yep. Yeah. Almost as if we haven't had this conversation. Oh, dear me. Straight away there. For the viewers listening, so not viewers, for the listeners on major platforms, if you'd have just seen there, which you couldn't have done because you're listening, my neck's hurting, so I'm holding my neck. I don't know if it was carrying all the beers up the mountain. I don't know if it was sleeping in the back of the van.
Oh, it was head banging to Blossoms. Yeah.
But I'm absolutely fucked today. It's written off like pretty much my whole day. How are you, Raz? How are you feeling?
I'm fine today. I had my first good night's sleep in 2 days, so that was really good.
Can you open this for me, please? I can't put like a lot of strength into it because it'll hurt my neck.
Yeah, I understand.
Cheers, mate. So today is Tuesday, the 5th of May? 4th of May.
4th of May. May the 4th
May the 4th be with you, eh? God, I fucking hate Star Wars.
Yeah,
and the only thing I hate more than Star Wars is like adults that go mental for it. Like full adults that go ape shit for it. I love Harry Potter, mate, but you're not going to see me like...
Here's my regular bit of... I don't understand Star Wars, Star Trek... I've never seen any of the Harry Potter movies. I've never seen any of the Lord of the Rings.
It's because we're a bit busy, Raz, doing other stuff.
Yeah, true.
Like what we did on May the 2nd, which is the reason that we wanted to come and have a chat with you. Sit down there. We're going to have a serious chat with you, everybody. Let's talk about Sefton Park.
Good, wasn't it?
Let's talk about live music returning.
Yeah.
With no fucking asterisk next to it. A true
live music experience.
Pre-COVID experience, man. What a fucking treat. So
Tell you what, though. I saw a headline by a source that, would you believe, not a fan of. And the headline was utter bollocks.
Who was that, Raz?
You know which one it was?
Oh, I think I do, actually.
Yeah, you do. And the headline was, not a face mask in sight. Immediately wrong. I understand what they're going for. Like, yes, the audience was all without face masks, and the band.
Are they saying? So, is your issue with that it's
untrue?
That it's actually incorrect.
Yeah, because people, all the staff were wearing face masks. So, like, even though they're trying to grab headlines again with that.
Fuck the Daily Mail.
Yeah, absolutely. Literally, that is the definition of fake news, because there was literally, if you were in the audience and you weren't wearing a mask, guess what? There was literally a mask in sight. Like
Relax, man.
The lead security guy who told me not to crowd surf to paperback writer was telling me to get down, and I couldn't understand that he was telling me to get down because he had a face mask on, and I was staring at him right in the eyes while Blossoms.
Well, newsflash, Daily Mail shit.
Yeah.
That was an unexpected start, but I like the passion. So the first thing, obviously we went to Sefton Park. For those of you that don't know, somehow, Festival Republic put on a pilot live event on May the 2nd, which was a Sunday, this bank holiday weekend just gone. It was so Sefton Park in Liverpool. Yeah. Liverpool was the place for numerous tests over that weekend. There was 2 club nights.
Do you get why? Like, why Liverpool of all places? They were like the first place to like deploy widespread, was it lateral flow
I guess because the thing with Liverpool is like no one really cares about Liverpool, so like
if it goes to shit,
tits up, it's not Manchester, it's not Leeds,
it's doing the world a favour,
it's not London.
We'll just put a wall around them.
Birmingham's not significant enough.
Yeah,
Liverpool's just the right amount of significant while still being like whatever. But yeah, so...
For the record, I really do like Liverpool.
Yeah, I mean...
I spent a lot of my childhood there. Childhood? Late teenage years.
But yeah, it was absolutely incredible, and we want to just talk through some of the experiences. I wrote a few notes down just to kind of make sure there was a few bits that we definitely covered. The first thing that I just want to say, and I think I've made this really clear in the video and in the correspondence I've had, but I just can't say thanks to Festival Republic enough. You know, I was really passionate about us going to this as we were like, we need to be at this event. Like we are the we really feel like we can create a really compelling piece of content at this event. And basically they supported us with that. They trusted the vision. They didn't say, okay, you can come, but make sure this, that, and that. They didn't have any rules for us. They just said, no worries, boys. You know,
the thing that I liked was we got an email from a girl called Emily, who was very nice, and she said, "I'm really trying for you," and that's what I just appreciated. Absolutely. Like the fact that I know
because it's not
they're trying for us.
I'm sure it's not like another festival where they can just be like, "Yeah, cool, just bang them on the list." Yeah, they probably have to speak to like, because it's not just a Festival Republic.
It has to be approved by Liverpool City Council. It has to be approved. There's probably they have to follow certain protocols because.
So I cannot stress my appreciation for that. The video is out. It came out super quick. It's our best performing video ever so far. That's not been a Leeds Fest Best Camp.
Yeah.
I think it's just past 16,000 views, which I know, you know, Mr. Beast does that in a minute, but that's really big for us because it's only been out for like 1 day. And the good thing is it's fully monetized.
Oh, brilliant.
Because there's no copyright
Thank
content.
God.
But yeah, 16.7 thousand views. It's the #1 video by over 7,000 views out of the last 10. And everyone that's commented on it or like tweeted or DM'd us has said like how emotional it is to watch it and how much they love it. And that's really what we wanted to do. Like, this is how I sold it, us going almost. I was like, let us show the people that miss this the most that this can happen again. And I just really appreciate the opportunity to have gone. Thank you so fucking much.
As part of like normalization of these things, like, so the first event has gone down now. As part of like normality, it now registers more truly with certain people who will watch these videos, who will expect to see after a live event that we're interested in, there'll be a video after it. If we just went and there wasn't a video, it'd be like, oh yeah, it's really a pilot, but because there's a piece of content thrown out the back end of it, then great. It's like, yeah, bring it on.
And our content was outside of like major news outlets that have an editing team, and I'm talking like major stuff like Sky and whoever else was there. Like, our shit was out before Radio X. It was out before. It's doing better numbers. That was an incredible video.
Yeah, it was brilliant.
Excellent, but. You know, we kind of hopefully. If you watch it, people from Festival Republic, hopefully you're happy with it.
Yeah.
Because it's exactly what we wanted to create, and people seem to be loving it. So thanks so much. Like, I can't believe we got the opportunity to go.
I really did like that video from Radio X. I think it was excellent. It certainly captured
Melvin's
like
energy in that video. If you've not seen it, just go on like the Radio X YouTube channel, and it's called something like.
The pilot event, yeah.
And it's like a 4-minute video, and it's just great. And Melvin's interviewed on there.
His energy is great.
He's fucking buzzing, and I'm pretty sure that's probably just after we ran into him because he was just going over to that bit.
It's somewhere along that day, innit? But yeah, he was so pleased. You could tell, like when we met him, he was pleased. It was such an important day.
The sound because I was like, I walked up to him just out of nowhere. He was just walking across, and we walked up to him, and we were like, "Hey!" And he was like, "Hey!" And it was just like such a like.
Again, it's like normality for like the people who run the event. It's like, yeah, everyone's.
He was.
It's normal. Like,
he was as buzzing as us.
Fucking hand.
Oh man, and Emily was there, and it was great to see her. And fucking hell, it was just mad. So that's the kind of, I guess, the thank you for letting us do that and letting us put out this. You know, We've done stuff before where people have said, you can't do this, don't show this. And generally when that happens, we end up just losing interest in the whole thing. And this was something where I guess if we were absolute pricks, we could have been absolute, you know, I guess my point is handing this out to independent channels like us poses a risk of like someone doing something that they absolutely shouldn't be doing on a video. Do you know what I mean? Like if we were different people, we could have been going around like totally fucking around. But really appreciate just the trust that was there, and obviously the content has kind of hit people where we wanted it to, and it shares those same feelings that we were feeling. Like we were so buzzing to be there. And
I almost was like writing it off like it's Liverpool only. There's no way that we can get in. But obviously, people are working there. Like you've got the whole staff, the band, the touring crew. They're from everywhere. The people who put on the fucking bar, that'll be shipped from somewhere. The crew will be there. They're not local, I guess. Everyone, the security, they will be from different parts of the local-ish, I guess. Like it's all. I thought immediately, like, it's a write-off. Obviously,
as in we're not going to be able to.
Yeah. I thought, I almost like I understood before we even asked the question. But yeah, when we got that email saying like, yeah, we're trying, I was like,
thank you so much.
There's hope.
Thank you so much. It is. I've been thinking about this, right, and I've been thinking about whether or not to make this claim. But I think I'm gonna, and you can ask me in a week if I still feel it, and I think I will. But I've been to lots of gigs in my time, right? As you know, I've seen Biffy at the fucking Barrowlands. No, I haven't. I've seen Biffy at Transmit. I've seen 75 play fucking You and Medicine in a row. I've seen Biffy support themselves. We always say that like lineup don't matter. Go to a festival just because it's a festival and the lineup's a bonus. And this is proof of that. Because I think that might be the best gig I've ever been to in my life. And I'm telling you, that's how I feel about it.
It wasn't the best gig, but it was maybe the most important gig for me that I've ever been to.
When I think about it, and I think about us walking in, and just after I'd kind of, because I was like knackered when we first got in there, and as soon as we went in, because the gig isn't just about like the performance. This is what we always try and sell. Like, don't worry about the lineup, go for the experience. And when I think of that as an experience, I don't think anything's going to beat that. And if you'd have told me like a month ago, you're going to say that about a Blossoms show, I'd have said, what the fuck are you on about?
Leeds Festival this year will be better than that.
I agree. I absolutely agree. But we haven't had that yet.
Yeah, true.
To walk into that arena, and we both had the biggest fucking grins on our faces. We couldn't believe it. We were just walking around just for the sake of it. We got to... I think that is the best event I've ever been to. And of course, like that's influenced by the fact we haven't done anything for like a year and a half. But that's allowed to be influenced by that.
Yeah.
So I'm putting that right at the fucking top for
I get what you're saying, but I've been to some gigs and they've been obviously better, but just not as important. That one was just really important. And just so good to be back.
Incredible.
We'll see what happens in 2 weeks' time when technically it doesn't have to be a pilot event because the current rules are that I think you're allowed, I'm pulling this out my ass, but a certain number of 1,000 people are allowed in outdoor events.
Yeah, isn't it 2,000?
I think it's like 4,000.
4,000
people.
But distanced. It's distanced.
Oh, is it?
So it's either 4,000 or half the capacity, whichever is less.
Right.
So in an arena, like Manny Arena, 21,000 capacity, that'll be 4,000.
That's a different rule because that's indoor, I think.
Oh, true. Well,
it's a complicated thing, but technically, in 2 weeks' time, 4,000 people are allowed to attend an event, which will be cool.
That will be cool.
Just not sure if it'll be like that.
No. What an amazing day that was, man.
Yeah.
It was so fucking nice.
I hope everyone does genuinely do the tests for the
Absolutely.
research.
I'm gonna do it, and we don't even need to submit a test on the Friday because we're not part of the research.
You'll do
but
it
I'm
in a couple of days' time. Should we do it now?
No. No. We've still got the old ones on the table. Yeah.
These are really good, you know.
They're incredible.
Like
I didn't actually know these existed until we got the offer.
They're free from the NHS, and they send you a little package. It goes through your letterbox, and you get 7 of them, and that'll sort you out for at least like 2 or 3 weeks.
Absolutely, and so I didn't know these existed. I've done a few COVID tests in the past, but they're not like these rapid ones. They're the kind of more long.
Yeah.
I think they're more accurate, but yeah, we got the email saying, "Cool, right? You can come to
these are less accurate.
Come to the Blossoms gig. You need to be on Zoom tomorrow morning at like 10:30 or 12:30 doing a test. And it's like, shit. And it's like, where are we going to get a test from? And thankfully, Razzie had like 5 of these.
Yeah.
And you know what? It was a breeze. I'm super fucking melodramatic. I hate anything vaguely medical. My teeth are full of holes. I can only eat on one side, but I'm so scared to go to the dentist for the last like 2 years that they're just getting worse. That's kind of me. I don't want to involve myself with anything medically, but this was no fucking problem.
Yeah, if
made me gag a bit, but so does like going out.
See, this is a thing. So from that research, what like I know nothing, of course, but from that research, we could see, like in 5 days' time, that could help the guidance, which says, okay, May, what would it be? May 14th, is it?
Yeah. Well, when ship reopens?
Yeah,
17th.
Yeah. May from May 17th, actually. Yep, live events, all good. Here it is. But everyone has to follow those same rules again. So you have to do a COVID test before you get there.
It's really important that anyone that is listening to this or watching this that went to that event, absolutely do your test. Do your return test. I don't know what the exact dates for it are, but please do it, because if you've gone to the event and you're not doing that, then you're just not playing your part. Like you've been gifted for the price of 30 quid. So I know it's not gifted, but you've had the opportunity to go to this thing. Play your part. Seal the deal at the end. Do your test.
What it needs to do is it needs to show that doing events like that with proper controls doesn't have a negative impact. Yeah, it doesn't have a negative impact on the on the rate of infection.
That's all that needs to be proven, isn't it?
Yeah, and if you can do that, and it doesn't throw up a big old spike in the number of cases, then it's fine. We can do this. We can use these little tests.
I'm hoping they'll come to a point where you can just like lick one,
and it's immediate. Yeah.
Hopefully, as the virus gets less and less kind of prominent, the tests can be less and less accurate, and people are just all right with that. So there's one where it's just like biometric.
Yeah.
Oh no.
I'll tell you what was nice. No touts.
Yeah, that was nice.
Like no touts in sight, obviously, because you literally can't buy and sell your tickets. You can't like be like, oh yeah, I'll get a ticket last minute.
I said this to you, but something that I really regret, but I know why I didn't do it. I wish I'd have bought the hoodie.
Yeah,
they had merch stands there, and it said Sefton Park Pilot, and then like the lineup on the back.
Yeah.
I'm not one to really walk around with it with like Blossoms, Lathums, and Zuzu on my back, because as much as I've enjoyed listening to Blossoms this week, I'm not that. That's the thing, though.
It's an important event, and that was the reason I wanted it. Just because it's like
and you can't buy them online.
Yeah.
And I would buy one now, so I didn't want to just email Festival Republic and ask to buy one, because that'll just look like I'm just wanting one for free and being polite. But if anyone out there has a medium hoodie, drop me a DM.
Yeah.
If anyone's got two, Razzie can be the second in line. So we've talked a bit about thank yous, and we've talked a bit about the process in terms of getting in and doing one of these. What else we talk about? Let's just talk about it. It's weird how it just was back to normal.
Yeah.
I didn't even. I thought
£5.50 for a pint of Foster's. Yep, no problem.
We spent a lot of money.
I thought it was £5.50 for two.
No.
I shit my pantaloons. I was like, no way. I almost convinced myself immediately, like, yeah, maybe they've made it cheap because it's pilot event. They don't want to make a profit.
They had unbranded cups, didn't they? Which was interesting.
They were quite nice. I think they were like compostable or something. I don't know.
Probably.
Yeah.
But something that's not really conveyed in the video is we got the first 2 pints in the whole event, as far as I'm aware, at least from the public facing bar. We rocked up and we got in early, only by about 5 minutes by the looks of things. And we kind of walked up to the bar, and there was 2 of us like wandering through the zigzaggy queue thing.
Yeah.
And probably like 40 bar staff just sat waiting. And it's like, fucking, who are we gonna pick? And so got the round in. Then we headed out of the fucking bar, and my phone comes up and it says like declined 11 quid. So I was like faced with shall I be my usual self and shall we? Yeah, we got a free round. But I thought, well, I'm going to be seeing this lass who's just served me another 10 times at least. So,
and the rest.
so
And the rest,
I went back in and I paid, and she was pleased with that, and it felt good.
Yeah,
We wanted to support the event, to be honest, but
yeah.
that's why I wish I'd have bought the fucking hoodie as well as it being a great flex.
The thing was, it was like carrying that around for the next few hours would have just subtracted away from your experience.
And it's not as if I could have worn it either, because I already had a hoodie on.
Yeah.
I ain't doubling up on the hoodie.
Should have gone at the end, maybe.
Yeah.
Why didn't we think of that?
Well, we were hammered, weren't we? And for some reason, we ended up on that bus.
I'll say, man, we got so hammered. I haven't been that drunk in a long time, because I don't casually drink. I can't go if we just go to a bar, or like if there's no like end of the night, then I just can't get drunk, because I'm just like, what's the point? I'm just gonna have a few.
Yeah, I used to be like that as well. I used to be very like, what's the point in having a few? Because, and I still am for the most part. You have a few, you might feel a bit drunk, you'll feel tired, you've spent too much money, and you haven't really gained anything.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
not like you're going out.
Yeah.
So I do get that. But,
yeah. But that was the first time in a good long while that I'm like, I want to be drunk right now. I want to not care.
Absolutely.
I want to be a bit of a yob, because I can be at a gig, right?
That's it, yeah. I made a commitment to myself that no smoking. I'm not a smoker anyway, but I might have maybe 3 or 4 cigarettes.
The worst kind of
three
smoker.
or 4 cigarettes a year, like if Hannah's having one, or if Polton obviously doesn't
Shock
smoke.
offers you one and goes, do you want a little?
Yeah, do you know, then I might just have a couple of drags. And as soon as we were watching a live band, there was a pit that opened up next to us, and this lad just came over and just basically offered me like some cigarette. And I was like, absolutely. I remember he offered you some as well, didn't he?
Yeah, I'm like, no.
I'm
Je n'ai
full.
pas.
I've just had some curry chips.
Yeah, I'm full.
But what really kind of surprised me thinking about it is I thought I'd do a lot of second guessing in a sense of like, oh shit, I can't do that. Oh, and then like, oh wait, I can, because we're in this thing.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't do that. But absolutely not. I was like, we were just totally back to like, what up, shaking hands, giving hugs.
It was just the security.
Let me try your vape.
Like the security of just knowing like everyone in here has been tested. Like it's as like, this is as good as it can get. Like, you can do everything you want. So the only other way is to literally not do anything, to close down the industry for 5 years or whatever, and hope that it just goes away. That's not going to happen. So this is like, there is no better way. So you might like the people that we saw, like, you might as well just let your hair down and just go with it. I'm half vaccinated as well, so I don't care. And if I get it, I ran half marathon the other year, so it's fine. Got healthy set of lungs on me, mate. Couldn't do it now.
That's because you got healthy set of lungs, because you haven't been having them 3 cigarettes a year like me.
Yeah,
mate.
Yeah, but I do have a car that is literally fucking breaking. I was sat in it earlier, and I'm pretty sure it is now, like having the aircon on. I'm pretty sure that is literally killing off my lungs, because it's like the fumes, because it's got an oil leak on top and an oil leak on bottom now.
Jesus.
So it's just, and it's burning oil.
That's obscene.
And it's just coming straight into the cabin, into the car,
into the cockpits.
Yeah.
Something about our vlog that I just kind of want to touch on is it's kind of served the exact purpose that I wanted it to. Obviously, like, I want us to grow.
Yeah.
And we all want us to grow. Like,
that
is the end goal, to grow, and so we can eventually do this as a full-time job, I suppose.
The dream.
But we haven't actually grown really at all from this video, but it just seems to have incredibly satisfied an enormous chunk of our existing viewers, which is kind of what I was hoping for.
I'll take a weekend to do that,
like,
sir.
I'm just really pleased with that, because anyone that watches us cares about that stuff.
Yeah, if it restores hope in what number is it on? However many thousand.
It's about 17 now. New comment. So, anyone get a bit of a gay vibe from Rob recently? I don't know what's made you say that. Maybe because we was like kind of cuddling at the end on the bed.
What does it mean to you if you do, mate? You're about to judge my homie right here.
Come on, man.
Anyway,
absolutely fucking not.
Just normality is coming, boys and girls. It really is.
So I've been listening to Blossoms.
Yeah.
And genuinely decent stuff.
Yeah.
I'm sure I know I've said I don't care about them before. I don't know if I've ever actually slated them before, but I'm sure I have because I'm a mouthy.
Well, there was that time at Leeds Festival 2019 where we all just took a nap.
Was that Blossoms? That was Royal Blood.
No, it was Blossoms.
Can I just say I'm loving that like so many people have cottoned on to the like Royal Blood are boring as fuck. Like I've gone in the group and everyone's on board with it, and it's like welcome.
If you're
welcome
new
to the club.
If you're new to the page, check out the Facebook group that's called, what is it called?
Royal Blood. It's called Sam Pelly Squad S2HBB posting.
All we're doing there right now is hate on Royal Blood, and it's great.
And if you're a Royal Blood fan, you need to be in there defending them. Getting our cumulative post counts up. But yeah, I've been listening to Blossoms. They've got a song that's called "If You Think This Is Real Life" or something. Right. Probably, maybe the latest album, maybe not. I don't know. I think they've done about 3 albums in as many years, but I'm probably wrong about that. But it's very good. The Honey Sweat. You're buying some headphones.
No, I was looking at how much KSI's headphones were that it was like. I thought they'd be like mega expensive. They were only like £100.
Cheap boy. Saying that, the ones we're wearing now are about £23. But yeah, I thought that. I thought Blossoms were excellent at the gig.
Yeah.
And the thing is now, they're just hardwired now into a memory for me. And if you know me, I've talked about my boxers. All my boxers have generally got an interesting story about them. And now Blossoms are forever like tied to an incredible memory.
What did you say it's called?
And I'll give Blossoms a lot more time now.
The song that you like?
If This Is Real Life. I don't know if they played it.
They didn't even play that one, mate.
No, I've been listening
started
to
with Your Girlfriend.
I've been listening to them on the HomePod Mini in the living room. Ooh. And then sometimes on the full-size HomePod in the bedroom.
The cover of Paperback Writer was
excellent.
Brilliant. What a great cover.
It's on Spotify and Apple Music, but it's got these shitty like programmed drums on it.
Oh.
Or an electric drum kit or something, and it sounds. It just throws the sound off a bit, especially knowing the Beatles one so well.
Yeah, I listened to Charlemagne. Right, call me. He just listens to the singles. Yeah, I do. So what? Don't make me any less of a fan. All right.
I'll tell you, who's cool as well. That Zuzu girl. Yeah. I thought she was cool. She looked cool. She was shredding on the what was she playing? Was it a Strat or was it something a bit more interesting?
No, it was
like a Jaguar or something.
No, it was the electroacoustic. The new
was it the Acoustasonic?
Yeah.
Well, I'll take it back then.
Yeah,
but
Fender are really trying hard to get that one out. We saw one in PMT the other day, didn't we?
I'd love to actually spend a day with one of them, but apparently they're not very good. But yeah, she was cool. The bit of I don't know if it's Lathums or Lathums, because on that Radio X interview, Melvin says Lathums, but I think he also says the Blossoms,
and he also says TDP. So
that's true,
right?
But yeah, they were cool. That guy seemed to be loving life. I loved his acoustic bit that he did.
Yeah, that was really nice.
It was nice. It evoked some nostalgia.
Emotion.
There was a bit that I was saying to Raz when we first got into the tent. Not when we first got into the tent. 'Cause when we first got there, we were like some of the first in there, and we went and touched the barrier just to say like we've touched the barrier the first gig. So
you do these things because it's the first one back.
Can then be like extrapolated.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's the right word, but I can tell someone at work like, yeah, I was at the barrier.
Yeah, I was at the bar here all the time. Yeah.
But then there was a bit where like DJ started coming on. There was this woman DJing, and she was spinning all the classics. Not 19 Forever, Brian Storm, fucking Gucci Nari song. I forgot what it's actually called.
Do You Want Me, Baby?
Do You Want Me? Yeah. Loads of fucking bangers. And there was all these girls like dancing to Brian Storm, and we'd just gone back into the tent. And I've said it to you already today, but like, I wish we'd have filmed it because I was almost gonna cry just looking at that, which is questionable in itself because there were young girls dancing around a Brainstorm. I mean, they had to be 18; they were in the venue, but it was an over 18 event. But I was just so like, it was so nice to see like so many people together. They're dressed up. They're being themselves. They're doing what they want to do. They're loving dancing with their mates, and it actually touched me quite a bit. And the reason that I wish I'd have just gone to Raz, given him my phone, and showed my genuine reaction, because what I was thinking is, well, if this is my reaction to just seeing these people having a great time, then when a band comes on, my body's just gonna not know how to handle it. The issue was we got so hammered that I just couldn't tap into any emotion.
Yeah,
I just couldn't find the emotion in me.
Yeah, we were just
buzzing.
It was just such a good time. That's the thing. I expected to have this thing where you're like, oh my God, I'm at a gig again. Oh, it's normal, everything's fine. Like you're there shedding a tear or two, like everything's back, it's all fine, everything's gonna be okay. No, got way too drunk and just enjoyed herself for the first time in fucking ages because I'm sick of you, right? It's good to be with 4,999 other people for once. Fuck me.
What was the capacity? Because I've seen...
It was 5,000.
I've seen it say 5,000, but I've also read it as 7.5.
No, it was definitely 5,000.
Fair point.
We
went to the guest area for a bit. The good thing is we kind of got a good taste of everything we'd normally do at a festival.
Yeah.
Like
it wasn't huge, was it? Obviously.
Oh no, it was really small. It didn't feel too small, but like if you compare it to a festival, it was tiny. But you could argue the point of like, why are we sat in the guest area when there's a band on? But it's like I'm glad we did. We kind of got a little taste of all the things we used to do.
Yeah.
We sat in the guest area, had a couple of pints in there.
Plus, we'd been on his feet all fucking weekend, so the sit down really was nice.
Yeah, this is the thing. Like, we slept in the fucking mountains
the night before.
The Yorkshire Three Peaks. The night before, in like the worst night's sleep I've ever fucking had in my entire life.
You know what?
The liquid nitrogen bath. It was like.
Imagine if we did the original idea and didn't take the bed and the sofa and that in the van, and we actually slept on air beds and you had that ice cold air underneath you.
Oh mate, don't. I said this to Raz, but I'm 28. I didn't think I'd be having a new worst sleep of my life. I thought that list would have already been topped. But I'm kind of glad that even though we were just looking through a load of our old school friends' Instas, just doing a bit of stalking. And like, I guarantee, like, respect to them. They're living their lives and stuff. But I'm just so pleased that we still do this shit.
Yeah, I look forward to the lads' holiday.
I can't wait, man. Get me to Magaluf.
Yeah. I can't wait, mate.
Oh, man.
Ibiza.
What else is there to talk about from the gig? I'm sure there's loads of shit that people want to know. I'm going to run through some of the comments. I've just responded to all of them, actually, to drive that engagement up. Yeah. Sends people back to the video.
Have you seen it?
Here's one. I'm Zuzu's drummer. Fucking sick night, lads.
Oh.
Go on, Nathan Piers. Well, you did a great job, mate. Congratulations on making history.
Which one was Zuzu?
The girl who opened.
Is it just her?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah.
So a lot of people saying like they've got goosebumps watching it, pure joy, just emotional. It's fucking amazing. Oh, here's something, we did have a few people that were kind of like questioning. They were kind of assuming the worst with how we ended up there.
Yeah.
And obviously we've started this podcast by explaining how we ended up there, so we'd have to explain it again. But yeah, that's how it happened. There was no. It's not like.
I mean,
it's not out of our remit to try to blag something. You know, you've seen me get the free Mackey's coffees back in 2018. So you've seen us do like the Wetherspoons tail hat. So it's not. Yeah. I don't blame anyone for kind of thinking the worst there, but with something like this, you better believe
we followed protocol. We followed the same thing that everyone else did. It is what it is.
It be what it be, homie.
Yeah, it was like we were following the most official channel that we literally could have. Yeah. And we weren't even able to stay in a hotel, so we got a bloody van. Like the commitment, man.
A lot of people are still like really skeptical. There's been a few people saying like, "Oh, it's still not going to happen. Leeds ain't going to happen." And do you know what? Like, whatever. I wouldn't put a lot of money on Leeds definitely happening.
Yeah.
But I think like this completely validates like your slam dunks.
Your one day festivals.
Like, slam dunk
absolutely.
Now. It's a guarantee, innit?
Yeah.
It's a guarantee.
If that can happen.
Just do the same thing.
Yeah.
Everyone take a test.
How many people got a slam dunk?
I'd just be pulling a number out of my ass, mate.
I
want to say like 30,000, 25, 30,000.
I now want to know And here's a question for you. What other of those, like, y'all got any more of those research programs? Like, what they say?
Hey, what up? Send me a DM.
I was wondering, not even like research programs that I'm sure would be interested in going to, because once again, it's like the same deal. We want to be there. But are there going to be any like substitute festivals? So like in the time between now and
download.
Yeah, like download. So instead of download happening then.
Download day.
Yeah, because like Melvin's told, the merman himself, like Melvin's told us that like the thing he did for Ariana Grande, set up that event in literally like what was it, a week or something like that. Got that from zero to going in a week. Like, how quickly was the whole Sefton Park thing set up? Multiply that by like, they'd probably do it in half the time now because you know the protocol. And then could you just do like 3 or 4 of those over the next couple of months? I guess it's the
importance though, isn't it? Like, if take Download as an example, they could do like a Download little day festival with maybe like 5 bands on, and maybe someone like, I don't know, like maybe Megadeth or below level, like headlining.
Well, it'd just be like, you could even make it even more secure with the UK artist.
Is it that important? Like the research thing is important.
Well, yeah, but the research thing is important. But if in 2 weeks' time, the results come back and it's like, yep, sick, we're not seeing any rise in infections from it. Everyone who's done the test has been literally. What if every single one of those people could happen? What if every single person who tests in 5 days' time, they all come back negative? Like, it could not be argued with.
Yeah, I mean it's really likely, isn't it? Because everyone that's in there tested negative to begin with. Going in. So. Unless you've got it from somewhere else.
Like on the bus.
Like on the bus. We were wearing a mask on the bus.
Yeah. Surely they will allow for like 1 or 2 like positive cases. Like it's about.
There's going to be a percentage in there, and that's going to be like cross-reference with just the amount of cases you'd normally get.
I'd love to know what the next steps are. Like, just call me businessman, but like, what's the so like if 20 people, like what's the criteria? If 20 people show positive, what are the next steps from that? If literally no one tests positive, what are the next steps? Like,
I guess it's the government, and for them, for the organisers, for Festival Republic and whoever else is looking after it, that just means that they can press the button on the day the government lifts the guidance.
Yeah.
But it's really exciting. I think Slam Dunk now is a guarantee. We need to get some tickets for Slam Dunk as well, both dates.
Certainly do.
But I'm feeling really confident about that, and
I'm feeling confident about everything that is still scheduled to go ahead. Any festival that isn't now pulling out, because of the government. If they're pulling out because of the non-government backed insurance thing, completely understand. But now the risk, I think the risk of things not going ahead because there's a virus about and it's unmanageable. It's now probably, I reckon, going to be shown that we can just test on it before entry, and that's a way to manage it so that these things can still happen.
And there'll be people out there that are like, I don't want to do the fucking test, and that's totally cool. I totally respect that. Yep. Just stay at home.
Yep. Just don't go.
Just don't go.
I'll do my little fake pregnancy test.
I don't understand the argument that those people have. I get that, like, it might be like uncomfortable for you. It might be. This isn't if you're exempt or anything. Like, we're talking if you just don't want to do the test or don't want to get the vaccine. Like, that's cool. No one's gonna force you. You've got a choice.
Yeah. Or if you don't feel comfortable going to these things, absolutely fine. We're not here to change anyone's mind.
But some people have commented saying, you have to take a test to get in. No thanks, lads. Yeah. It's like, well, yeah, that's cool. Stay at home then. Yeah. Stay the fuck at home. I'll do one of them. I would do one of these tests every morning. I wake up at Leeds Fest.
Yeah, absolutely.
No bother.
It'd be hilarious, actually.
It'd be fucking awful.
It'd be awful after.
It'd be easy.
Yeah.
No, but when you're hanging and stuff. But I just don't understand that argument.
Yeah, it's just
we traded off 15 seconds of like displeasure, of mild displeasure,
and it was hilarious.
For what I'm now saying is the best gig I've ever been to.
It was also just funny. Like, it's just funny.
It is. It's not even that fucking bad.
Yeah.
People put a lot worse shit up their noses than a fucking swab that's been down back of your throat.
I learned actually where my tonsils are. Like, I saw them for the first time. It's not often you look at back of your throat, is it?
Very, very rare.
I learned how deep my nose is.
Let's talk about the COVID test on Zoom.
Oh yeah, that was funny.
So we did that. It was at 12:30 on the Saturday.
Yeah.
I was planning on going out on the Friday and getting fucked up, and I was actually in a bar with Choc, and we get the email through.
Yeah.
And we've been quite fortunate a few times recently where we've both got an email together, and it's like we then just go to each other like, yes, get in. But it was one of them. So I was like, Choc, sorry, I'm not going to finish this pint. I'm off.
Oh.
Like, I need to be on my fucking A game.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we did a test that evening just because we wanted to make sure. Yeah, so Raz came round that night and we did a test just to make sure that one was negative, because what we didn't want to do is show us positive on the Zoom. Like, I guess if our first one would have shown us negative, we'd have just been like, we'd have just bottled it. And also I wanted like a practice round because it was my first one of the rapid ones. Well,
it's the thing is you want that certainty that tomorrow I'm definitely going to be negative.
Yeah, I didn't want any anxiety. Is it not? By testing negative the night before, it guaranteed pretty much.
Like if it showed positive the night before, you've got bigger things to worry about than I'm going to a gig or not. I have a horrible virus.
So we jumped on the WebEx. It was with a fella called Dave, who we actually met at the event as well. Lovely lad. And he hosted this session, and I think there was about maybe 10 of us in this session.
Yeah, he ran it really well, to be fair.
Well, it was the last one of his day, I think.
Yeah, for an awkward Zoom video meeting, like weirdly enough, I've been in worse video calls than that.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, mate. Every fucking day. So he's like explaining the process, and it's like, right, everyone listen, everyone go on mute. Obviously, like, we've been working from home for so long, we know the etiquette by now. And he's explaining it step by step. Get this out, do this, tear this, but get the liquid, put it in the vial, get the thing. He's like, he's adding some humor into it. He was like, we're going to put this at the back of your throat. Now's probably a really good time to make sure you're on mute. So it was really funny, and we were doing it, and I was watching the guy from, well, we won't say where the organization the guy was from, but it's a very famous organization, and he was just gagging his fucking gut. So there was some other guy who had his camera off. And Dave had to just be like, I need you to turn your camera on. I need to see you doing this test. This is the whole fucking point. So he turned the camera on, and I don't know if you noticed, but at one point it was a different person.
It was like his son or something, wasn't it?
They're in the car. So then it was like, everyone do it, and everyone got to like the last step, and then this other person, bless her, she just basically like missed all the instruction. So we're all sat there with the tests, like waiting for them to, I don't know, I guess develop or show. Yeah. And she was like, "Sorry, where's the like liquid?" Which is like the one of the first steps.
Yeah.
So then he had to go through it all again, and it's like, "Come on, because we need to get our van up to the mountains." We didn't actually get to Ingleborough Mountain until like 5:30 p.m., which resulted in a real knock-on effect that we'll go into in an upcoming vlog. But yeah, so we held the test up to the camera. They screenshot the test. I think the call was recorded as well. They delete the call. It was really kind of on the ball. We say we delete this call as soon as the event's done. I'm not particularly precious about that, but I appreciate them saying it.
Yeah. And
yeah, it was as easy as that. And then we had to do the, like you called it, the iTunes terms of service thing.
Yeah.
Which is basically a form. Have you got a cough? Have you got a temperature?
Any change in taste?
Yeah, all that same
Have
shit.
you been out of the country? This, that, and the other. And just put no to everything.
And you scan your QR code of your test, and it fills that in, and it says,
"Honest to God,
congratulations, you've won. You don't have COVID-19." Yeah. Then they send you a text saying you're clear because you put your number in, and then that text is what we had to show at the wristband booth.
Yeah.
Oh, where's my wristband?
I don't know, mate. Do you not have it? I've got mine at home.
That must be mine you've got.
No, it's not.
I'll definitely have it, but it was a bit of a jumble, wasn't it?
Yeah. It was ran really well. It was organised really well.
It was yeah, it was an incredibly smooth event, and it was a once in a lifetime thing.
Like, the first gig is literally.
But I know that like it literally has to be the first in a lifetime thing. But will there ever be a thing like that again? Like,
what do you mean?
Well, I know like Leeds Fest is going ahead and stuff, but that's not going to be this was like you're not only there, but you're part of an experiment where you're like a test subject in a good way. I don't.
Well, we weren't technically part of the test. We weren't,
but like it was just such a cool thing to be a part of.
Yeah.
And I'll feel like it's more impressive in a few years to be like, yeah, we were at that Sefton Park thing.
Yeah.
Instead of, we did download 2021.
Yeah.
I really think it's so significant, and what a result.
I felt it today. I tweeted about the post gig depression.
It's bad, isn't it?
It got me because like I was thinking about it because I was like, well, like when's the next one? So like you go to a gig and you see your favorite band. They're not my favorite band, but you get what I mean. You go see your favorite band and you come home and you're like that was it's not what I'm thinking, but obviously. That was like the best gig I've ever been to. I love gigs so much. I want to be back at another live event now, surrounded by people, singing their hearts out and just being like, that's the place where I want to be 99% of the time. Mm-hmm. How do I get back to another one? So you go on Ticketmaster or see tickets or Facebook Marketplace and you'd get
don't go on Facebook Marketplace. And you'd get whatever you do not message
Callum Cleesby. So you just buy another ticket to another event and you'd be like, okay, I'll go to a gig next week. I wasn't planning on going to one.
We've always got something on the radar.
There's always something booked.
But not anymore.
But like, when's the next one? Like, when's our next first gig?
So, interesting question. I know it's a hypothetical. I know you're trying to just say the point, but there's maybe a genuine answer to this. Because Don Broco is meant to be playing at the end of this month in Bedford.
Yeah.
And they haven't postponed it. They haven't announced anything. I've asked Rob, and he's selectively dodged the question, which I appreciate.
Yeah.
Because I guess it's really not up to him.
No.
But is that going to happen? It's only a 250 capacity venue, and if they split that into two shows, a 7 p.m. slot and a 9 p.m. slot,
I guess it's waiting on the guidance, isn't it? Like, is there like within the society of like independent music, like events and there must be some sort of place, some society where like this sort of stuff is kept up to date, and we're not part of that obviously, so we're basing this on fuck all. But there must be a general feeling that like they're waiting for something to be announced where like, oh yeah, we're going to need you to test everyone. We're going to need you to have it in place before you start. And therefore, based upon that, can we actually do this event? So yeah, it could happen. It might not.
I don't think it will.
No.
Just because it's too small to be okayed by the government like the one we've just been at is.
But then there's the thing of like, well, if it's 250 people, do you need like full on testing like you would do for maybe such a large event?
I guess it's the thing. Like, I don't fucking know. Probably why Rob doesn't know either.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck me. So I think we've probably talked about pretty much everything there is to talk about at the actual gig itself. It was amazing. There was a merch stand. There was food stand. One of the first things we did was buy the curry chips. They were £5
nice.
each. And do you know what? They were all right.
Yeah.
I was stood there eating them, shoveling them into my fucking mouth, as were you.
Yeah. Just
stood in the middle of this field that's slowly getting fuller and fuller. Really cool. The toilets were great, as you've seen.
Yeah.
The crowds were all very pleasant.
Yeah.
It was all positive energy. There was no negative energy or confrontation of any kind that I saw.
Nope. It was just a nice place to be. That one little small circle in the country of, I don't know, like just that one little circle in the whole of the UK where like, yep, it's all okay in here. And I was very pleased to be in that circle.
So then, gig's done. I think we spent some time. Oh, something we haven't. Oh, fucking hell, my neck. Something we haven't talked about, and something that I've missed so fucking much is just meeting the viewers.
Yeah.
Some familiar faces.
Yeah.
Some brand new faces.
Yeah.
A fair amount this weekend. Not enough to feel over encumbered or distract us from the actual event, but enough to kind of reinflate my ego just to where I like it to be.
Yeah. It's not Blossoms aren't really our target audience, is it? And I have a feeling that a lot of people who went to that gig weren't like massive fans of Blossoms. Let's face it, they were just there because it was a live event and it was a.
I think maybe, but I don't know.
I mean, were we? Come on, if you were from Liverpool,
but I think they've got 2 #1 albums, mate. They're a lot. As a new Blossoms convert,
right.
I think
an expert.
I think they're a lot bigger than we thought they were. But anyway, yeah, it was so nice to meet so many of you. Thanks to anyone that gave a testimonial to the camera. You'll notice in the vlog, there's bits where people are kind of saying how they feel about the gig, and the reason that I wanted to put them in is because it just kind of validates the whole like the youth. We're not scared. We want to crack on. And that's kind of part of the message that I really wanted that video to.
When you say the youth, there wasn't just there was people.
Yeah, absolutely.
All ages there.
But yes, I remember there was articles, and I think Melvin was talking about it at some point, whether it was to us or just somewhere else, and it was saying like, you know, well, if you're running like Reading and Leeds or whatever, you're not worried that like the kids aren't going to want to come because they're too scared, and he like shot that down.
Yeah.
So I kind of wanted to just validate that a little bit with those clips. So I really appreciate anyone that kind of spoke to the camera. There was a few people that didn't want to, which is obviously absolutely fine. It was lovely to meet you all. It was lovely to it was just so fucking nice, man, wasn't it?
Yeah,
it was so nice.
Lovely. Good to meet people again. Good to actually be close to people again. I look forward to the next one.
I'll tell you what was great, seeing that girl whose name fucking escapes me, with the Bus Spotters t-shirt.
That was hilarious.
So we did a t-shirt like maybe 2
years
years ago.
That was fucking hilarious.
As part of like a 6-part drop.
We must have sold like 10 of those.
Reissued some classic ones. And it was a Redbubble drop. But there was one with like a big double-decker bus on it. And it was such a kind of niche in joke that I think we sold 6 of them and I got one of them.
Right.
And I saw this girl from like across the way. I was like, she got our bus t-shirt on.
It's such an odd thing to like.
I was like, she can't have that on.
We didn't really even like say like, other than that day, we didn't really like say anything like we're going, because we only fucking found out.
I was like, that's got to be like just a different t-shirt with a fucking massive bus on it. And we kind of clocked each other, and like then we ended up like kind of we just like bumped into each other like in the middle. And it was kind of awkward for me because I didn't want to be like,
you're wearing our merch.
Oh, I love it. Like, I didn't want to go up and be like, it's me from the t-shirt. Yeah. But I really wanted to see like, is that our t-shirt? And then we did meet, and she was fucking lovely. And it turns out we've actually met many times. And it was just so cool to see that t-shirt.
It was, yeah.
I forgot about it. I forgot about all the little intricacies. I'm going to have to find the design for that. But she was probably my highlight in terms of people I met at that gig, just because that was so niche. It was so funny that I was like, that can't be ours. I was so convinced that can't be ours. You know, so it's like it's got to just be, she's got to just love buses. Like that lad on TikTok who loves the trains. Like it's got to be, she's got to just love buses.
Like it's one of those things where you're like, that's so funny. I'm not laughing, but you're just like, that is fucking hilarious. Like thinking about it, that's just so stupid. It's funny.
So big up to yourself and all the other people that we met. So let's tell you a bit more about the evening, because it kind of didn't really get much vlog time. So we linked up with a lad called Matt, who's the lad in the video who I transferred £2 to. Who's got a bit of hate for that as well. I was really he wasn't pushing for that. I was really adamant that I was going to do it. He wasn't he didn't come up to me and be like, send me £2. it was my responsibility to write that. So that's why we did it. So stop hating on him. But we ended up with him and a few other people, some people we met before, really nice people. I can't remember what the plan was, but I know we got on that bus.
I think we were just going to go to a bar. I think we just.
But
we
he
just
had like a table reserved.
Yeah.
Or my understanding was he's got us a table for the 6 of us because there was 6 of us, you, me, him, three others, and we like got into the bar. We basically walked Matt to the bar, and then he was like,
it was like, oh, I've got a table.
I've got a table, but you guys aren't.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers, man. All right, well, see you later. So then we dipped.
Yeah.
We said bye to everyone.
We tried to find somebody somewhere else, I think, didn't we?
Yeah.
Just ended up in Subbers.
Yeah, we went to Subway. We were almost the last people to get served. They only had the tiger bread left, which was bloody nice.
Bloody lovely, man.
It were nice. And the thing that wasn't probably nicest about it, because I have had it before, but I didn't really rate it. Probably because it was so late in the day, it was a bit hard and a bit crispy, which tiger bread should be.
I'll get it again when I'm like sober and let you know what I think.
Yeah, that sounds like a
plan. Anyway, yeah, listen to Sefton Park podcast and we'll talk about Subway.
Yeah, it was great. We went out and supported a local business. It's probably franchised, isn't it?
I reckon so. Yeah.
And then we got back to the van and just the energy was fucking great, man, all the way through. Like there was no bad part of yesterday. Like
no.
To say I woke up.
Didn't even rain.
No.
Was fine.
To say I woke up.
Could have been a bit warmer. Didn't
I woke up at, what was it, 0 degrees, 1 degree?
It felt... Did it before?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
No, on the day of Sefton Park. I woke up in complete discomfort. And aside from the probably 15 minutes that I lied awake while you were still asleep.
Yeah.
That was probably the only part of that day that wasn't excellent. Because you got up, we were quickly in the van.
Yeah.
We did what we needed to do.
Yeah.
We got back to Leeds, lovely warm shower, get changed, straight to Liverpool, straight into that really nice bar with no roof.
Yeah.
Parking ticket on the van, by the way.
Yeah.
Tell them about that.
I don't know, because I paid for the parking, right? It said like 1 day parking was like $4.20. Blaze it.
Sheesh.
So I paid it, obviously. And it said like the parking charges are between like 7:30 and was it 7:30 again or something like that. But the point was the parking charges started at 7:30 a.m. But we woke up about 6 and and apparently didn't know this when we set off, but there was a parking ticket there because I only spotted it on the M62. Now the problem here is it started raining and I needed to use my wipers. And by the time I needed to use my wipers, it was already gone. So Liverpool City Council, big up the event. Sorry for not paying your parking charge immediately. I look forward to your letter.
Is that how that works then?
They write to the van hire company. They probably charge us a bit of money because the van hire has to do a bit of admin and they charge like 50 quid. And then hopefully I don't end up with like fucking...
Well, needless to say, we'll expense that one, of course. That's another thing. The whole trip, pretty much the whole trip. I'm sure I got a couple of rounds. I know you probably got a couple of rounds as well. But the whole trip was actually expensed through the channel, and the only reason we could do any of this is because of you lot watching.
Yeah.
Financially, by buying the badges, the little pin badges, that's paying for the van. It paid for the diesel. Well, it hasn't yet, but Razzy's gonna get reimbursed for it. It paid for most of our drinks that day. Paid for our Subway. It paid for it's going to pay for our parking fine.
Which I'm going to dispute, you'll be glad to know. I'm not wasting his money.
But it's just a true kind of, this is all you, like financially, but also for giving us a platform where we can then be able to even go to an event like this, even if we paid for it out of our own pockets. It's just a complete, it's almost like a gift to us from you lot.
Yeah.
So big up yourselves.
And so you are completely welcome for the video.
Yeah, hopefully.
And it was nice to have some plans on it again.
Oh
Just have
man,
some
what
plans.
the fuck's going on now? We got Chucky's birthday and my birthday coming up this month. We've got well, what else is going on? We got pubs reopening, so it'd be good to. We will go to Key Club on that opening night.
On that Monday.
Yeah, I know we just said we don't do this, but for a couple.
I'm actually practicing with my band for the first time in fucking ages on that Monday.
That is not good, yeah.
Yeah, it's not good.
You did say this, so
Yeah.
yes.
But
Okay, well, we'll go there in that first week, at least
Yeah.
on that first Friday.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, that first Friday is, I think, when Chucky's got us booked in at. I don't know. This is a
We'll go on the Saturday then. There we are. Problem solved.
We will be going.
We'll be going out and we'll be getting drunk. Look forward to the content.
Yes. The mountain vlog will be up soon. I really want this Sefton Park vlog to be our latest piece of content for at least maybe another 2 weeks. But I do get very impatient, especially knowing all the footage is there to edit. So
how else are we going to milk it now that we were at the first gig?
It's got to stay like front and center, that, hasn't it?
Yeah.
I emailed it to Greg James today.
Oh, yeah.
Because Alex Body, absolute fucking legend, man. He DM'd me on Twitter, which I don't really use anymore. Like this morning at 8, saying like Greg James has just been on the radio and he wants like footage from the gig. So I clocked onto Twitter.
News.
Clocked onto Twitter at like 5 p.m.
Yeah.
when his show's obviously not on.
Yeah.
And saw the message from Alex. So I like tweeted it to Greg James from the TBD account. I retweeted it from my personal account. It's got a few things. I've texted it to the Radio 1 number and I emailed Greg James. But you've got to try with these things, haven't you? You know, I would wager that our piece of content is probably the only piece of content of its kind from that day. I don't think there's any other vlogs out. There's media coverage, but I don't think there's any other real coverage. I say real. There's any other like...
There's not any... There can't be any other vlogs, I don't think. I think everyone else was too busy attending the gig.
So I'm really pleased. I'm absolutely over the moon. Thanks to everyone for enabling us to go. Can't say thank you to Festival Republic enough for just trusting in us and being so kind with us. Yeah. With that accreditation. Absolutely fucking buzzing with that. Just my neck really hurts now, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's a shame.
I just couldn't. I know I'm being quite mobile now, but this morning I didn't get out of bed until like 12 because I just couldn't move because of my fucking neck.
Do you want, before we end it, do you want a list of my whinges?
Yeah, please, mate.
My big toe hurts.
Right.
Because my big toe was like rubbing on my boots from standing all day. My Tims are fucked. Like, because people were obviously standing all over them.
Yeah.
My legs are shagged. All the way. Like it was calves, a weekend of like legs.
Good God.
Climbing Mountain one day and then standing up all day the next day. Brilliant. Great idea. My shoulders are killing from all the beers being carried, and you. I picked you up.
Yeah, I got on the shoulders.
Yeah,
Big up, Razzie.
That was stupid. And my neck also hurts, and also, going up the mountains has fucked my ears a little bit. I think it might be
they've kind of popped and yet to pop back.
Yeah, or since I was ill, you know, like when you get really bunged up and your ears get all awful. I think I've got that. So yeah, that's my whinges, but I'll be fine and I'll be at the next gig.
We hope to see you there. Please keep spreading the love. Give us your feedback on our video. Share it with your friends.
10 mates.
10
mates.
That's all you need. We've said it
just
for
give
years.
them some
10
hope.
Mates.
If you got 10 mates that gigs aren't going to happen this year.
Let me tell you.
Good news, one's already happened.
So we've got 36,000 subscribers, yeah?
Yeah.
If each one of them
360,000
told 10 mates, that then means that we would have 396,000 subscribers because they're getting 10 mates and then they're already there as well.
And then maybe I can quit my job.
And then what would happen is the red box logo tees would come back and I would hate it. So don't ask 10 mates.
Yeah.
Oh, anyone that's sent an email, anyone that's still got an issue with the t-shirts, I'm really sorry. And I need to sit down at my computer and have I'm going to do this tomorrow. I'm going to send out the remaining badges because there's maybe 5 days of backlog with them. Just haven't had time to send them out. I'm going to sort any remaining t-shirt issues. And I hope this doesn't come across as the wrong way because I appreciate every one of you. But if you've got an issue, go through the proper channel instead of fucking like DMing me on Insta, because I will see that as I'm scrolling through.
It's just hard to manage, isn't it?
When I sit down to actually solve the problems and I'm in work mode, I go through my email and I don't have just my brain. I don't have the capacity to be like, someone messaged me on Insta. I might have got a tweet. So go through the right channel, go through the website. I think most of the issues are sorted now. But you live and you learn. And to be fair, there wasn't that many issues. It was less than I think we were less than 3% error rate I calculated, which is pretty good.
But it could be better.
But it could be better, and it will be better every time going forward. Fuck Royal Mail, fuck the Daily Mail. We're two males, and we're about to say Sithy on The View from the Afternoon. Thanks to everyone for watching. We feel very grateful this week.
Thank you very much. We've had a great weekend.
And on that bombshell, I'm going to reach over slowly to the button because my neck will hurt.
What?
Good night.